All right, so this is a review on the album Climb by Queen Ifrica. One thing I want to say about this album before I even get started, I like the artwork. Um, I don't want to say typical Rasta woman. I don't want to do that. But you can tell that a Rasta woman. Well, I see. This is why you should never assume. But this is the one thing about reggae music. It has popularized Rasta Black or speak the Rasta movement, and yeah. So obviously, women always tend to wear those type of head wraps, and I like how her face is concentrated, looking to the left. You know what I mean? I don't know what she's looking at. I don't know what she's thinking about, but I'm guessing she wants to climb up in society as a black woman and as a woman in general. Yeah. Um, yeah. But yeah, and yeah. So one thing I found out as well. I don't want to mention this, but I'm gonna mention this. No, I would. I won't. I won't do that. Let me just keep things as simple as they are now. So basically, there are 17 tracks. That's right, 17 tracks on this album. So True Versation featuring Damian Marley. In fact, you know what? I will mention science now that I mentioned Damian Marley. So, alright. So you could say the people that more or less popularized um reggae was Bob Marley, right? Alright. So Damian Marley's dad is Bob Marley. I'm sure you're aware of that. If you're not, now you know. Now Queen Ifrica. Now her dad is I forgot his name. Is it something Morgan or Derek? Is it Derek Morgan? I forget his name. It's bugging me now. Like I know his name. Is it Derek Morgan? It must be. Let me check real quick. No, that one's um yeah, cause he he's another. It's Derek Morgan. I'm not talking about. Yeah. And what's interesting, yeah, flip this. I didn't even realize this till yeah, it's Derek Morgan. Like now, apparently she never really grew up with a dad like that. So it's interesting how you can still have the talent and still have the influence of wanting to do something similar to your dad. Which leads me on to the next thing I'm gonna say right now, which is um about 2015, I reckon it's around that era, 2015, 2016. Krypton Conan released an album called The Long Way Home. Um, and they're not reggae artists, but anyway, there's a point I'm trying to make here. Conan, right? His dad was also like more or less pioneering like the reggae movement and all that stuff there and popularizing reggae and stuff like that. Like he's Delroy Wilson, and basically Derek Morgan knew obviously Delroy Wilson, and there's I think it's at the end of the track of the Long Way Home, which I believe is the first track, and which is the irony here. Like, look at this, that first track. I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, I just don't. So, so yeah, just to stay true, he also grew up with his stepdad as well, Conan. But I don't want to talk about his situation. This ain't about that. But the point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the video, he mentioned something about stepping, carrying on his dad's legacy or whatever, or something like that. Something like that. You know, following his dad's footsteps. So the same thing applies with Queen Ifrica. She's following her dad's footsteps, even if it was a subconscious thing or I don't know. You know what I mean? Sometimes it gets like that where you just naturally want to do something because of your dad. Not because of your dad, because of your parents or yeah, it's a no. But anyway, let's get back into track listing. So that's how it is sometimes. Love is not blind, which is true. Love is not blind. Then there is pleasure to see, light to them, light. Okay, my bad. Pleasure to see. Then there's light them hotel. Then there's grabber. Then there's medical marijuana. Then there's good man. Then there is climb. Before that is black woman. Then after climb is all that I'm asking. Then there's battlefield. Then there is I don't want to say this, but it's basically the opposite of this. I can breathe. Yeah, that's the name of the track. Yeah, the opposite of what I just said. I can breathe. The reason why I'm saying it like that is simply because I believe words have power. So I want to be very strategic and very careful with the words I'm speaking. And for some reason, I don't want to say for some reason, but it is for some reason. I'm spiritually inclined. Whatever I talk about or whatever, you know what I mean, I end up attracting that. So, you know, and the same could apply to you. But anyway, ask my granny. No, real talk. Anyway, yeah, the track after that is Ask My Granny. Then there is the song Rebellion. Then there's Better Than Amazing. Then there's Let's Get Silly. Um, the one track that I like every track. One thing I realized about the whole album is, you know how before, if you see my reviews and reactions on some of the record tracks, most of the time it's like mellow, 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 right? Now in this, you still get that mellow vibe, but you also get like a high tempo type of vibe. You see what I'm saying? And like it's energetic, but at the same time mellow at the same time. I like how, you know, what's he singing about, and then I like the song Lie de Mattel, because she mentioned something about how, you know, they're lying about the way Jamaica is or whatever, and then she's mentioning how they're building up places, building up hotels in Montego Bay, this, that, and the third. So it's good when someone is from there can actually tell you what's really going on. Do you see what I'm saying? Like what's really going on. Um, but yeah, but let's be real. Yeah, let's be real. We have, there's a lot of climbing to do. Yeah, in order to make, you know, Jamaica and Caribbean countries and African countries as well, like better. Do you see what I mean? Like we can be better, and I'm talking about the mentality of people as well. Yeah, like don't get it twisted. There are some good people. I'm not saying people are bad or corrupt, but you know, at the end of the day, there's more. Like it's hard to explain. All I can say is there's good people, but it starts off with the black woman, and I believe that's probably that's the one song. As usual, you know, I take one song. If I take it in out of context, it is what it is. But I genuinely believe if we're going to like achieve anything in life, in anything, or just trying to rebuild the infrastructure in the African and Caribbean diaspora, and I'm not talking about the physical infrastructure as he was talking about in that song Lie de Mattel. Like it's a situation where, like, you know, with how do I explain it? It's like black women are the birth of everything. Do you see what I mean? They're the birth of literally everything. So you have to respect their foundation, and you have to give them the right education to be able to, you know, be your counsel, be a man, or be a man's counsel, to be able to make the right decisions and all that stuff there. Like it's hard to explain. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I know the power of having a black woman. Don't get it twisted. Like I don't know how to explain it. I honestly don't know how to explain it. I think there's a reason why. Like I don't know if you believe in God, or as Rastafarians called him Jah. Like there's a reason why I was born into a family where it's predominantly women so far. Like from my blood side, like well, yeah, from my dad's side as well, from what I know of, and even from my mum's side. Yeah, and then watch this. I was fostered too by a Jamaican foster mom, and guess what? Predominantly females too. So the point I'm trying to make is, I understand certain things. Now, there's some things I may agree and disagree with, but that's just me, innit? Like you can't agree with everything that they say or do, and that's just anyone. You can't just continue to agree. Like if you disagree with something based on the information you have, then it is what it is. But not to lose train of thought, because thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? He's waffling. Let me get back to the point. The point I'm trying to make is we need to educate black women. In fact, forget that. Not forget black women. Don't get twisted. Gotta educate the black girls. We gotta educate them. Yeah, educate the black boys too, but we gotta educate the black girls with the right information. Yeah, and then once we educate them with the right information, they will know how to move. Like, and show with the black boys as well. We gotta educate them too, and they will be the generation that is gonna continue to, you know, make Africa great again, make the Caribbean great again, make the world great again. You see what I'm saying? That's all I can say on that. So if you click the link in the description box below where it says where it says I can't even speak. I'm so overwhelmed right now. Yeah, if you can click on the link where it says make a donation, click on that link, All right, make a donation of any amount, so we're able to do what's necessary to put those things into place to make sure that actually happens. Yeah. Now, if you've got any other suggestions, go ahead, leave it in the comment section below, or whatever you want us to talk about next. But I'm gonna give this album like a 10 out of 10. I like the kind of variety of that feel when it comes to reggae. It made me open my eyes up or my ears up more to reggae, just because look, obviously, if you listen to a particular genre, there is that particular sound that you're hearing that you can associate with that. You're like, okay, yeah, I know that's that genre. You know what I mean? Or you listen to something like, oh, that's that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it is. Yeah. And sometimes I'm not saying it's bad to have that one particular sound, but the fact that he mixed it up and there's that many tracks on the album, it only made sense. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, so like I said, the link to the album's in the description box below. I'm still gonna give it 10 out of 10. Um, there's some of those tracks that are definitely on my playlist, 100%. There's in fact there was another track on there, right, where it was more. I can't even. Could you call it reggae or I don't know. It was yeah. I guess you could. I guess you could put it under the term lovers rock. If that maybe I don't know. But it had that feel to it. Do you know what I mean? It had that feel to it, like an R&B type of feel, but at the same time, it had like a lovers rock type of feel to it. Do you see what I mean? Like so, and I like that. I put that in my playlist. Get me? Or one of my playlists, the sex playlist. Don't get it twisted. Get me? And the Utopia playlist. But yeah, big up Queen Ifrica. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification because you never know the video you suggest might just be next.